Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1. My juicy little lights. Thank you, little lights. You're delicious and bright. Yes, well, they are bright, but you probably can't see them much, my delicious little babies. Now then, so the knot is usually almost out of there. There we are. So I wasn't sort of sparing the thought for it really, and then I just decided to pull it, and then it sort of started to come apart. Okay, so that's what's happening there with my lights, my delicious little babies. Now I hope that wherever you are in the world, that you're having a super duper delicious and wonderful time, okay, and that life is treating you most deliciously. Well, we're seeing a little bit of blue sky today, and the sun is shining. It is slightly warmer if you go into the sun, okay? But it's still very chilly, my delicious little babies, okay? Now then, right, what is the time? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? 1 o'clock. No, it's not actually. It's nearly 3 p.m, my delicious little babies, okay? Now then, so what do we do? So here we go. Oh, by the way, I've just got to tell you, what's that one called now? Liberum, search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies. I forgot to write it down. Liberum space arbitrium. I forgot how many flipping subscribers to have, my delicious little babies. Anyway, it's not even a minute long, my delicious little babies, okay? And what it's showing is this little robot who is walking around with your man there, and of course with anybody not in that way, walking around, and the little robot is suggesting and pointing to vegetables, my delicious little babies, okay? So the little robot is helping your man there shop, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? All I can say is, for some, they may be into that kind of thing now, then, not myself, do you know what I mean? I do not need a robot to show myself how to do my shopping, my delicious little babies. But can you see, there we are, where this is driving to. You know, like when they were talking about months ago, anyway, this has been going on a long time, where they've been talking months ago, saying that, you know, for little robots to come into one's homes, you know, so they can do all of the cleaning and, you know, and all of this. Now then, no. You know, for those of us, so this is nothing against anybody who cannot do this, okay? So I do not mean it that way. But my dear giddy God, and my dear beautiful, how I love her so, my beautiful little mama bear, and my dear dad, bless them, yes, and my beautiful little nana and granddad, yes, and everything like that now then, okay? And my great nana, and we go further back, okay? Gave me a blessing to use my hands, my arms, my legs and my feet. Gave me my wonderful voice box, okay? Gave me my eyesight, gave me my hearing, okay, my delicious little babies, and gave me all parts of my body, there we are, which I happen to find most wonderful and delicious, okay, because I'm very thankful for what I've got, okay? So I do not need a robot to show myself what vegetables to buy, because I have my dear ding ding dong dong, there we are, my dear spirit guides, okay? So if there's something that I need for my body, I'll just automatically be directed to a particular aisle, or there we are, or something like that now then, okay, something that I need. But generally something would just come into my noddle. Do you see what I mean? And say, okay, Carly, you must, there we are, you must get this. Do you see what I mean? It's like this morning, I've had a beautiful omelette. So what my body was telling me that I needed was, so I chopped up a white onion, yes. So I gently fry, you know, the white onion, you know, just so it's like a little bit crunchy. And then what I then did was I whisked my eggs up, but I whisked 3 eggs actually, because I share it with my beautiful little Ruby Tuesday as well, okay? because my beautiful little Maisie Moo, she doesn't like it. But I grate the cheese for little Maisie, and she loves the cheese, yes. And then I grate the cheese. So my body was telling me this morning I needed eggs, I needed cheese, that's dairy, and I needed onion and black pepper and salt. That is, there we are, what my body needed. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? So I'm hunky-dory tickety-boo now till later on. Do you see what I mean? Yes, okay? So, you know, you can see, there we are, where this is going, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? So I'm pretty sure that at the beginning it's probably all of the ones who have got the ka-ching, 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 you know. I would say more ka-ching than sense myself, my delicious little babies. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause you'd never see me pay for a robot, my delicious little babies, okay? Like I said, I'm just not into them. I'm not saying that they're not impressive, that some of these robots are very impressive. No, but the fact of the matter is, I am mankind. Yourselves are mankind. And we have our beautiful little babies who we call our sons and daughters. Do you see what I mean? Okay? So, no. Anyway, but please take a look at it. Like I said, it's under a minute long, my delicious little babies, okay? And then, of course, after that, then, your man there walks off, you know, and the little robot stays there. Do you see what I mean? Okay? But I mentioned, when was it? So many months ago now, that over in China, I mean, honestly, it's like walking around a shop, and I do not mean this in a nasty way when I say it, my delicious little babies. No, I do not, okay? But, no, I won't say it. It's best that I don't say it, no, because you know, you're always going to get somebody who take offence, okay? And I do not mean it that way, okay? But put it this way, there'll be ones who are walking around and with the trolley. Anyway, I wrote it all out and I was done telling everybody months ago. I probably was lucky if I got 1 or 2 views, okay? Because that's how this is rocking and rolling with myself. There we are. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little baby? That's all right. Because I'll repeat again, who's meant to listen, there we are, shall listen. And who is not meant to listen, will not listen. Simple things, isn't it, my delicious little babies? Do you know what I mean? But I will continue, there we are, to give out the information. But let's go back now to what I was just talking about, to the matter in hand. And these trolleys now, and they've got all the electrics and everything, okay? And it's all there on, you know, on the front, yes, for you to see, okay? But I tell you what, when ones are walking round, okay, and this is in parts of China now, yeah, China, right? It's like you cannot hear a pin drop. It's silence when you're walking round. Do you know what I mean? Okay, but there we are. But that's how they're trying to drive it. Do you know what I mean? So that, you know, you do not spare any thought for anything yourselves. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. And of course, it's all meant to be, there we are, very convenient for us, my delicious little babies. Well, I do not feel so, no. No, I do not, okay? So anyway, so yeah, worth taking a little look at anyway, okay? They're obviously trying to make this as a sign of things to come now. Okay, my delicious little babies. But, you know, until they can start doing like they did in Dubai, you know, with this 2-seater car that can only go for, 35 minutes up in the air. You know, well, that wouldn't be any good for a taxi, would it, my delicious little babies, if it's going to conk out after 35 minutes? Do you understand what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. Like I say, some of these rich now, okay, the ones with all the ka-ching, ching, ching, I'm just convinced, you know, that they have, there we are, more ka-ching now than flipping damn well common sense, you know what I mean? They must get so bored. They think, oh, you know, what can I do next? Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? So myself, no, that's not living in reality. It's not living in reality, okay? And that's my thoughts. I'm never going to change, okay? And that's how I feel about it. Now then, my delicious little babies. So, first one, okay? Oh yeah, this is 20, just over 20 minutes long, my delicious little babies. The search engine of your choice. This uploader happens to have 3,324 subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? It's called Mongoose, so it's all one word, Mongoose, okay? Capital M, my delicious little babies. Then space 167, and then space bar, BitChute. Then you should have reached your destination, so I'll just repeat that again. Mongoose, space 167, then space bar, BitChute. Then you should have reached your destination. The video should read, Dr. David Bauer, the head of Pfizer UK. Okay, my delicious little babies. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? Just go over the, the F. You know what I mean? The F for little effer. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies now? Dr. David Bauer, the head of Pfizer UK. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? Right, okay. So it also shows you in this where this poor dear woman, I happened to watch this a few years ago, actually, my delicious little babies, okay? Especially to do with what was happening right at the beginning, okay? And plus the fact I've already watched to do this video to do with this Dr. David Bauer business, okay? And, well, all I can say is I watched it, there we are, a while back, okay? I think it was months back now, okay? Anyway, I've wrote it all down. I wrote it all down and told everybody, okay? Now, the point is this, okay, is that this is showing different clips, but it's showing this poor dear woman now then, and her beautiful baby daughter, bless, okay, she took something, okay, my delicious little babies, okay, and anyway, a very, very, very short time, okay, was it the next day or something, and her dear daughter passed. Well, I remember watching that little video at the start of all of this, my delicious, there we are, little babies with the old, do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? And the poor woman was in tears. She was wearing a muzzle, okay? And she was in absolute tears, okay? So this is showing different clips, my delicious little babies, okay? But it's just over 20 minutes long, okay? So I'm pretty sure that, that dear woman there now then will not be taking anything. My delicious little babies, do you see what I mean? She was trying to warn others on the camera. There we are, my delicious little babies, okay? But bless her dear little soul and bless her dear little daughter's soul and may her dear little daughter rest in peace. Sorry to stumble in there. Next one, my delicious little babies. Now, I mentioned this priest before. So I can only assume now, very sadly, that this priest has passed away, my delicious little babies. So this uploader, this is the next video, my delicious little babies, okay? Search engine of your choice, and the uploader happens to have 8,221 subscribers, my delicious little babies. Search engine of your choice, sorry again, banned, all in capitals, full stop, video. Okay, my delicious little babies, in space, but I'll be cheated. Then you should have reached your destination, okay? So it's banned, or, a full stop or dot video, okay? Then space, but I'll be cheated. Then you should have reached your destination. I sound like Peter the Parrot today, don't I, my delicious little babies, anyway? So this video is just over 6 minutes long, my delicious little babies, and it should read, another truther gone. Okay, my delicious little babies. So, very sadly, I can only assume that very sadly that priest is no longer here with us, my delicious little babies. Okay, and what he was talking about was the old universities. The priest was, okay. He was also talking about all to do with what took place. Like with the Holocaust and everything. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, he had rather a lot to say in just over 6 minutes, my delicious little babies, okay? And who was interviewing him, who you could not see. Even at one point, he started laughing himself. Do you understand what I mean? Okay, because you see, the way I see it is, my delicious little babies, okay, is that really, there we are, your priest was just, there we are, just done saying it as it is, okay? He was talking about the box in the corner of the room, and he was just saying that ones these days, of course, he doesn't mean everybody. Do you understand what I mean? Bless him, okay? And may he rest in peace if he's no longer with us. But I mean, I would have thought that was clear, really. Another truth gone. Do you know what I mean? How sad. Anyway, somebody with common sense. Do you see what I mean? And he was talking about the box in the corner of the room, and he was talking about ones just do not want to think. There was another point where he was talking about universities and that, and he was talking about that laugh has become rather stupid. I mean, we do not like that word, my delicious little babies, but he was just done saying it. Well, actually, to be perfectly honest, there we are. I happen to agree with the dear man. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? Because when you look at it, right, when you look at it really good and proper, okay, and you say to yourself, oh, you know, you want to do the best for your Benj, you know, I've done it myself, my delicious little babies, yes, I have. You know, and you say, oh, you want to do the best, you know, because I had one of my beautiful baby daughters, who's the eldest, you know, she wanted, well, she was going to be going to university anyway, there we are, it was just how it was going to go in her life, my delicious little babies. And of course, now my youngest beautiful baby daughter, because they're both so beautiful, but she didn't want to go to any university, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, you get some bands where they're rather similar, you know, little brothers, sisters, 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 brothers, brothers. Do you know what I mean? And you got some who, you know what I mean, are just totally different. You know, they just see things from a different, you know, view. Do you see what I mean? Okay. But if we really look at it, yes. I mean, how many decades did this go on for? Because I know it did in our old England, my delicious little babies, where, I mean, ones would do all their uni and then just to find that they couldn't get a job. Yeah, this has gone on for decades, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? But of course, when you come to realise that that it's a level of programming, well, you know, this is what your priest was talking about now. Do you see what I mean? Okay, then they come out of uni, you know what I mean? I mean, look at some of these, you know, little men, little women in little suits, you know what I mean? It's like they're totally wet behind the ears, aren't they, my delicious little babies? Do you see what I mean? Okay, because for most, they haven't lived real life. Do you know what I mean? So they do not know, not for all, what it is like to struggle. Do you know what I mean? Or say to have single, you know, whether mummies and daddies are together or whether they're not. But, you know, some just have not lived that kind of life, so they wouldn't have a clue about life. Do you know what I mean? And that's the reason why they do not live in real life. Do you see what I mean? Okay? But very sad if he's passed, if that's the case, you know, but you're listening to a dear priest, there we are, who's totally peed off. Do you know what I mean, okay? At the damn stupidity, there we are, that's going on. Do you see what I mean, okay? And of course, I look around, you know, I've been doing it, there we are, for years. Do you see what I mean, okay? It's like nobody, anyway, I'll get to another part in a minute, to another video, my little beautifuls that you all are. But yes, well worth a listen to that priest. But if he has passed, like I said, to me it looks rather, you know, clear. Another truth are gone. So, you know, if he's passed away, I'm very sorry to hear that. But yes, so, you know, I'm not saying anything against anybody who's been to university, because my own daughter's been, and I know, you know, other dear who I know, okay, where their beautiful baby sons and daughters have been to university as well, okay? So I'm not saying that, but I got, there we are, where your dear priest, there we are, was coming from, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean, okay? Anyway, very interesting, but yeah, because you can see the world. And of course, you know, he was talking about the old, you know, pandemic and that, do you know what I mean, okay? And of course, you know, why that's COVID, why it came about. Do you know what I mean? He says a lot in over 6 minutes. Now, I do remember that we are mentioning him months ago on another one of my videos, and I had it wrote down, okay? But I'm having to use a flipping notepad at the moment, my delicious little babies, because I need to go and get another one of my A4, you know, my A4 ones, because I can write a lot more on there, whereas with the little ones, I've just had to find some paper at the moment, my delicious little babies, okay, so I can get my video out to you all, okay? So that's that. Well worth a listen. Yeah. Talks. There we are. Another one talking damn well common sense. Do you know what I mean? And I tell you what, I better be looking down now if he's past, bless him. Do you know what I mean? To see how even more flipping bonkers it's become. Do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies. Anyway, the next one, my delicious little babies. Now, this one here, search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies. So there's nothing for YouTube today. It's all on the BitChute, okay? Search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies. Adapt 2030. Okay, my delicious little babies. So it's the word and it's the numbers together. Adapt 2030. Then space bar, BitChute. Then you should have reached your destination, okay? Now then, this uploader happens to have 18.2 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies. It's all right, I was just going over the numbers. The video should read 2,000, that doesn't mean no, just a slight itch. 2025, eggs and food crisis, how your life will change. My delicious little babies, yes. Just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? 2025, eggs and food, food crisis, how your life will change. Yes, my delicious little babies. Now then, he goes back to, this is just over 20 minutes long, my delicious little babies, okay? It's just been uploaded. He goes on BitChute, my delicious little babies. He goes back to, where was it? Was it 2022? Anyway, what he's talking about is, right, how much everything there we are was costing. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, I know myself because, as I've explained to everybody, because I make no secret of it, you know, I would do one shop in Waitrose, but like I said, it varies from month to month, what I need and what I do not need, okay? But I do like to have the eggs, the cheese, the cream, the milk. Do you know what I mean? It's very, very important to myself, okay, my delicious little babies, okay? And of course, you know, my things like my oyster sauce and everything, because you've got to have the real thing now, do you know what I mean? Okay, and your fish sauce and things like this now then, you know, if you're doing fried rice or anything like that. So, and of course, you know, I will buy butter, but now I've learned there we are to make my own butter. Do you see what I mean, okay? But I have to have a spreadable for my beautiful little birdies. I'm not saying that they cannot have some of mine. It's just, I'm just saying it's just easier when I'm just spreading it and just giving them their little meals, bless. That's what your man here is talking about. So, I mean, the eggs that I buy anyway, in Waitrose, there we are rather expensive. Do you know what I mean? So I'll either get, 12 or 18, something like that, okay? And, I mean, they're a pretty penny, just the 3 boxes of eggs, my delicious. There we are, little babies. Do you see what I mean, okay? But what your man here is saying, okay, is that what's happening is, he's basically, what he's actually saying is, because everybody knows that I do not believe in inflation. And anyway, my beautiful dear spirit guide spelt it out to me, no inflation, okay? What he's talking about is how, basically, in a roundabout way, there we are, how this can be justified. Do you see what I mean, okay? And of course, he talks about the culling, you know, that they're culling, very sadly, the little birdies and everything. There we are. Do you see what I mean? Okay. A very, for just over 20 minutes. It's a good little video to listen to. Okay, my delicious little babies. Okay. He's just explaining things now. Do you understand what I mean? Okay. So, of course, one can see it, and he's talking about, you know, like the organic. Well, of course, as we very well know, I mean, I said, what was it? Was it about over 2 years ago now? Because I've been doing my videos 3 years, 2 months now. Okay, nearly 2 months. That, sorry, excuse me, that, you know, I was saying, you know, the truth about organic, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, come on, I mean, if they're spraying everything zuzums, okay? Well, come on, they're not going to miss a certain part out, are they, my delicious little babies? So there we are, so come on now. Do you see what I mean, okay? So it's very questionable, my delicious little babies, okay? Now, I actually, and I want to tell you this as well, I actually bought some milk, you know, out to Waitrose, you know, last month, my delicious little babies, okay? Because the one that I wanted, I couldn't seem to get. Anyway, so I thought, right, well, I'll have 2 of the, what they called? Ayrshire in England, my delicious little babies, okay? Apart from a tiny bit of cream, I'll tell you what, I'm not too sure what that milk is all about. My delicious little babies, do you know what I mean? Okay, because I've got to be honest. I used it because I used it. And it costs more than, you know, it's a lot smaller. But I thought, I just didn't like the taste of it in my coffee. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? And it made, and another thing as well, it made the coffee, you know, milk, there we are, it's supposed to make the coffee look lighter, not flipping darker, you know what I mean, okay? But it looked darker, it just didn't taste much. It's not like that other milk that I was using before, okay? Because these days they seem to be running out of, you know, a number of things now, you know, old Waitrose, you know what I mean, my delicious little babies. Anyway, so he talks about all that, but yeah, the eggs, and he's saying that, you know, that the ones that would be left on the shelf, this man here now, he's saying that the eggs that would be left on the shelf are the ones that are the most expensive. Because what he's saying is that for some of them, they were going up to over $10, I think, for 12 eggs, my delicious little baby. I know it's got ridiculous. Absolutely. There we are. Ridiculous how it's become. But ones have to always ask themselves a question. Now, for those of us, there we are, who know this, okay, but there's going to be plenty, bless them, out there, who do not know. You see, why do they target the things like the cream, there we are, the eggs, the milk? Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? The butter, because they target it, because they know, there we are, it is good for our bodies. Now, I was listening to somebody the other day. Who was I listening to? I forgot now. Was it Richard Verbs? And like I said, with anybody not in that way, okay? Was it Richard Verbs or was it somebody else? I know it anyway. But, and I tell you what, when I heard it, I thought, yeah, because, you know, when I was a wee little young lass now, you know what I mean? And because I used to spend a lot of time in all, you know, up in Yorkshire, you know, because, you know, me one half of my family, my dad's dad. And of course, you know, even with my beautiful little Nana Bear, I love my nanny and granddad, so yes. Well, she used to do all of the things like, it was like the beef dripping and everything, you know, and even when my dad was little and his sister and everything and his friends, you know what I mean, who was like me beautiful little Nana and granddad's surrogate son, okay, they used to stand in a line waiting, you know, with the bread, you know, homemade bread, okay, for a bit of a dripping. Do you know what I mean? Okay. But of course, if you look at a lot of, I'm not sure if they do, I think they do in some of the chip shops in Hull, okay. But I'm pretty sure they still cook with, there we are, with lard, my delicious little babies. And I've got to be honest, and I have to speak as a fine, because my dad used to use a lot of lard, okay, and so did my beautiful little Nana Bear, okay. So I'm going to go back decades ago now, okay? But when I heard it, it just took me mind back. It just made me smile, you know what I mean, okay? But yes, by far, better for you. And like even when my dad used to do chips, same as my beautiful little Nana Bear, you know, they used to use the lard, you know what I mean? Making homemade chips, do you see what I mean, okay? Rather than use other, you know, types of things now, okay? But of course you could do lots with it. Do you know what I mean? Okay, and plus, you know, the juices, there we are, from the meat and everything. You know what I mean? Even like the vegetable water. Do you understand what I mean? You can do something with everything. Do you see what I mean? Okay, so it just sort of casted me a noddle back. I mean, even though I do not eat meat now, you know, I haven't eaten meat for can't remember now, is it 3 or 4 years? Something like that. I haven't eaten meat for, okay? This is the second time around for me, okay? My delicious little babies, okay? But I do not have anything against anybody else who doesn't eat meat, who eats meat, sorry. No, I do not. I can still handle meat and everything because I do it with my beautiful little babies. Do you see to me? And beautiful little foxes, you know, or if somebody, you know, comes for a meal, one of my beautiful dear little friends, of course, you know, if they will eat meat, then, you know, I will gladly do it for them and season it and everything. Do you see what I mean? But you can do so much. You know, it just good memories. You know, when I look back, it was just good memories. You know, the homes used to always, they used to smell like proper home cooking. There's no smell like it, my delicious little babies. Proper home cooking. It's like, you know, for some, depending on what I'm cooking, yes, ones can always say, I tell you what, I can smell yours at the top of the path, you know. Do you know what I mean? They can smell it. Do you know what I mean? That's what I've always said, and I'll repeat again, my delicious little babies, okay? If you cannot smell fish and chips, you pass a chip shop, or you cannot smell it, get a waft of it. Well, I'm not sure what kind of ingredients they're using now then, do you know what I mean? Because a good chippy, that's what we used to call it, a good old chip shop, yes, you could smell it. And especially like, you know, because there's lots of 10 foots, they're called 10 foots, okay, and you could smell them all the way down the 10 foots, okay, and the chippy could be at least, there we are, 20 minutes walk away. Do you know what I mean? Okay, but you could still smell it. That's how good it was, my delicious little babies. Do you see? Okay, anyway, I'm not going to keep going on about it because, you know, these seem to have stripped us in our old England and many things, haven't they, my delicious little babies, if you follow me? Do you know what I mean? Okay. It's not for everybody else to effing share. Our England, we should have our stuff in England, my delicious little babies, okay? You know, and if we had better weather, I repeat again, if we had better weather, we could grow everything, couldn't we? Do you know what I mean? The reason why certain things now grow a lot better, like fruits and everything, is because they're in a hot climate. It's ding, ding, dong, dong, there we are, common sense, okay? And 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to say for every single farmer or every single producer, but, you know, because there will be some who will put, you know, pesticides and things like that. But for others, you know, they just do not let anybody tamper with their bit of land. Do you see what I mean? Okay, then of course you get the most beautiful fruit and vegetables. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little baby? It's all common sense, really, isn't it? Okay, but because we've had such a sharp time, and especially last year, you know, even with me getting my little bits and pieces from the allotment from Dear Little Couple. Do you know what I mean? Okay, they just said it's, you know, even the spuds were a lot smaller, you know, everything was just a lot smaller. Just said we just haven't had that good weather last year, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? But it's all by design, isn't it? All by design, you see? Because they want to F us up every 5 minutes now, isn't it? But that's a good little video to listen to, my delicious little babies, okay? Because it's happening, there we are, in a lot of places, okay, around the world, okay? So that one's another one done. Now then, okay, so this one here, my delicious little babies. Now this goes back to 2020, okay? Okay, my delicious little babies. And this upload happens to have 748 subscribers, my delicious little babies. You upload a search engine of your choice, X, capital X, then marks, that's a capital M, space, marks, then space, capital T for thee, and then space, capital S for spot. Okay, so it should be, read as, sorry, X marks the spot. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? Now the video should read, then sorry, space, space bar, BitChute. Then you should have reached your destination, okay? Now then, my delicious little babies, so the video should read a word from a molecular biologist from 2020, ignored, question mark, why, question mark. I just put 2 question marks, my delicious little babies, okay? So just repeat that again for you, shall I? This video, by the way, is just over 10 minutes long, my delicious little babies. A word from a molecular biologist from 2020, ignored, why? Question mark. Okay, my delicious little babies, yeah, she's explaining, yeah. She's explaining many things on this just over 10-minute video, my delicious little babies, okay? And I tell you what, it really upset her. And it really upset her what took place, there we are, in 2000, there we are, and 20 now. It really upset her indeed, okay? And it's really interesting because you do not really see, like, videos with this dear woman now. Do you see what I mean? It's almost like, you know, now, she's been, there we are, hidden as well, my delicious little babies, if you follow me, do you see what I mean? But please, well worth a listen to it, well worth a listen, okay? I really strongly suggest, you know what I mean? Please and thank you. Now, finally, this is our lovely, and like I say with anybody, not in that way, our lovely iconic with our lovely Gareth and our lovely Jamie Ark, okay? Oh, it's our lovely dear David Ark's dear little sons, okay? And they're still up to, on BitChute, my delicious little babies, 1,173 subscribers, my delicious little babies. Well, may they prosper and may their numbers skyrocket, okay? So anyway, so search engine of your choice, my delicious little babies, iconic, space bar, BitChute, and then you should have reached your destination, okay? This is the latest video, so it should read trending. I've just listened to it this morning, my delicious little babies. And it's over 30 minutes long, my delicious little babies. Over 30 minutes long, over 30, okay? I think it's about just over 35 minutes long, okay? Trending, EP as in episode 21. Okay, my delicious little babies. Trade wars. Okay. Who suffers? Then in brackets 03, this is the date, 02 25. Okay, my delicious little babies. So I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? Trending, EP 21, trade wars, who suffers, 03, 02 25. Yes, my delicious little babies. Now, all of these videos here as well is what I send out to everybody in my dog and bone who manages to, I'm just going to put my little pad over there because I'm going to need to tear that out and put it in my book, okay? Now then, because otherwise I'd say we must go backwards, always continue to go backwards, okay? We must never forget. Anyway, and yes, really, really interesting. All the videos that I've mentioned today, there we are, I happen to find very important, there we are, and super duper interesting. Now, talking about our lovely Gareth and our lovely Jamie now then, okay? What are they talking about as well? They were talking about our Brexit. Yes, my delicious little babies. I voted myself out and I'd stop voting. My delicious little babies, do you know what I mean? Anyway, they come to my front door, didn't they? I did do a video on this. They come to my front door, my delicious little babies, okay, telling me that I had to. So, and, you know, your man came in. His name was Chris, I'll never forget. And apparently he said, was it only in Birmingham, was it only 4,000? There was only 4,000 in Birmingham who they were asked to go to. My delicious little babies, to come and get the information, if you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? And I was explaining to your man there who came, and that's when I stopped voting. I'd well stopped voting. Do you know what I mean? Long time. But when this Brexit come up, you know what I mean? And then I just thought, oh, okay. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, but the fact of the matter is that I said to him, I said, look how they word everything. You see what I mean? Okay? And he got where I was coming from. He said, everything that you're saying, because he was sat down with me, he said, everything that you're saying, there we are. He said, I totally agree with. I said, what they're doing, they're wording something like a sentence one way, and then they're wording another sentence, right? So it's meant to look like a different way, but no, it's the same. Basically, it's the same sentence. That's what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies. It's just what they've done. They've slightly worded it differently. Do you see? Okay, trying to catch you out somewhere now then. There we are. Do you see what I mean? Okay, that's how they do it, you see. They're slimy and sly. Like I say, there's lower than a snake's belly, okay? But the fact of the matter is, yes, I voted out. And there we are. And I told everybody I did. I never made no secret of it whatsoever now. We didn't want to be in the bloody effing flipping this bloody business in the EU and that. Do you know what I mean? I've got nothing against other nationalities, other cultures. No, I do not. It's just what I was sparing a thought for. There is our old England. There we are, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I mean? It seems to myself that, and of course, you know, you silly Remainers, okay? Because I will call them that. I mean, you should have heard some of them on YouTube. And the way that they were talking about us. My delicious little babies, the ones who voted out. Well, anyway, our lovely Gareth and our lovely Jamie, they voted out. Okay? Now then, here's my thoughts, and I've been done saying this over the past couple of years now on my videos. I still believe that we're still in it. Okay? Yeah, I really do believe that. And I believed it, there we are, long time. I don't trust them at all. My delicious little babies, okay? But, you know, when dear Jamie and dear Gareth, and they were talking, I didn't need to stumble there, and they were talking about, you know, that these are putrid effing governments, they wasn't expecting, or somebody else wasn't expecting it to go the way it did, okay? My delicious little babies, well, yes, yeah, I would say so myself. But why did they only come round to like 4,000? I'm pretty sure he said 4,000, only 4,000 of us. Sorry, my delicious little babies. Only, I do apologise, somebody's trying to get hold of me. You know, why only 4,000? And why did they have to come to somebody's home? See what I'm saying to you? There we are, my delicious little babies. Anyway, let me just fast forward now before I end my video. And what they were also talking about, now I've heard on our lovely Gareth and Jamie's video on Iconic on BitChute that I've just mentioned to you, my delicious little babies. And I've also heard on another channel, flipping forgot which, I think that's on a BitChute as well. I forgot what it is. I've listened to a number, to be honest, this morning and the okay. Sorry, my delicious little babies, okay? Because I'm still waiting for the bloody plumber, aren't I? Right, now then, and they're talking about Barclays. Yeah. Well, Barclays, over the decades, my delicious little babies, there we are, loads, hundreds, there we are, have had problems with Barclays, my delicious little babies, okay? Very bad problems, okay? I wish I could find that video. I wish I could find it and write it down. So honestly, this one man, there we are, he had terrible problems with Barclays, and that was going back all those years ago. My delicious babies. Anyway, what they're basically saying, okay, is that nobody could get their ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching out for 3 days. And this is why our dear little Gareth and our dear little Jamie and their dear dad, their dear David and their dear little friend Richard now, and other dear ones, and myself, okay, this is why we keep saying to others, as much as possible, there we are, use your ka-ching, 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 your cash. Do you see, okay? But when I talk to others, not being disrespectful to anybody, okay? But when I talk to others, they're not really interested, my delicious little babies. They just say it's easier to use the plastic or to use their dog and bones. That's what they say, my delicious little babies. So it's very rare. And this, like I just said, I'm not being disrespectful to anybody who's watching my video, who manages to watch it, which these days is not very many. But thank you to anybody who does manage to view my video or does manage to put a like. Or the occasional message, thank you, how I love you so. It's very much appreciated. But yes, but but what's the point here? The point is to go digital fully is not a very good idea. Because for those 3 days, they were telling, what was it, ones to go to food banks, my delicious little babies, because they had no ka-ching at all. They just couldn't get their cash, okay? And there was a family that I was hearing about on dear Gareth and dear Jamie's, God bless them both, our dear giddy gods, that they'd sold the house or something. Anyway, they ended up, what did they call it, sofa surfing, because they couldn't get the cash, they couldn't do anything. Now, this is why I've been mentioning, this is why others have been mentioning. So, just put some ka-ching, some change in your pocket now. Do you understand what I mean? But there's so... I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry about that. I'm going to have to go in a minute, my delicious little babies. I'm very sorry about this, okay? What's my point, what I'm saying? The point is, okay, so I'm very sorry. That's very irritating, but there's very little I can do. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know somebody was going to be calling me, okay? Like I said, I was waiting for the plumber. It's the plumber that's important. Okay, my delicious little babies, ones who have skills. Do you know what I mean? My delicious little babies, like mechanics, plumbers, electricians, like that, carpenters. Do you know what I mean, okay? The ones that they're trying to get rid of, everything, technology, okay? My delicious little babies, okay? Anyway, so the point to all of this, I just feel that the world that we're living in, there's thousands who do know what I know, and what dear little Jamie, dear little Gareth, their dear dad, we already know this. And there's other thousands of uploaders and everything. They already know this, okay? But when you try to tell others, they're just not listening. Not listening one bit. But it's common sense, ding, ding, dong, dong. You see, if you cannot get your change, I've said on other videos, I've stood behind others, and they say, oh, the card's not working, or the machine's gone down. But if you got the cash, I just said, well, can I just please pay now? Because I just want to, be done getting out the shop and getting home. Do you see what I mean, okay? Just like anybody else would. Do you see? So that's why I always make a point, there we are, as much as possible to pay by ka-ching, ka-ching, cash. Do you see what I mean? But I like this 3-day business now, okay? How many of those, bless, because I couldn't get any change now, ka-ching out. So how many out of all of them, bless them, okay, actually had ka-ching? Do you see what I mean? Which would carry them through? Because I would have said not many. Okay? But this is the world that we're living in. Because one's, I mean, bless them. I know that they're probably worrying about the families, they're working, they're doing all this now, then, okay? But as I always say, if somebody's going to be done, there we are, giving you good advice, it's important to take heed. Because should a situation arise again, yes, because it could arise, couldn't it? So if it does arise, what happens now? At least you got some ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching somewhere else, isn't it? There we are. You can feed your family and everything. It's all common sense, what our dear little Jamie, dear little Gareth was saying. It's all ding, ding, dong, dong. Damn well common sense, my delicious little babies. But like I said, many just do not want to hear it. Do you know what I mean? But if you look at a lot of the old school, and there used to be a dear lady who I used to look at, we were like little Siamese twins, we were, you know what I mean? Her dear beautiful family, they said to me, do you know what, Carla? They said, there'd never ever be anybody else like you looking after our lovely, because she was, her son was married, to his dear wife and everything, do you know what I mean? And so there's nobody who could look after her like how you have. Do you know? I took her everywhere with me. I even used to bring her to my home, and I used to shower her so she didn't want to shower in her own home. She had a beautiful home. I'd bring her, not in where I'm living now, somewhere else. And I used to bring her back with me. I used to shower her at mine, and you know what I mean? And then I used to cook her meals as well. So she used to have a meal at mine. Do you know what I mean? She'd have a meal in the place where she was, and then she'd have a meal at mine. My delicious little babies, okay? We just went everywhere together, shopping together, everything. Always linking on my arm. She's just such a beautiful dear lady. And when I used to go and pick her up to take her out, because she went into a ward and control, because the house, so they sold it. She's an ex-business lady, you see. She was an ex-business lady. I still love her to my heart to this day, yes. And when she used to see me coming through the door, she used to say, sorry, excuse me, she used to say, oh, Carla. She used to say, thank you. She used to say, get me out of here. She said, it's deadly in here. I'll never forget her, I'll never, ever forget her. I've still got her order of service and everything, but unfortunately I couldn't attend her funeral because my holiday was booked. I did say to myself I could cancel my holiday to come to her funeral, but her dear family said no. They said, you go and take your babies on holiday, do you know what I mean, and we'll send you the order of service. But all on that day, I was I wasn't the same on that day on holiday. Because I was really upset. I really took it badly when our beautiful, dear little, wonderful, dear little lady that she was, when she passed, I didn't take it very well. You know what I mean? I just didn't want to do any caring anymore. Do you understand what I mean? Because you get close to them, do you know what I mean? Okay? And we used to have some fabulous conversations, but she had the dementia, Alzheimer's, but her family, they sold the house and everything, and and then she went into a ward and controlled. But she just preferred it with myself. Do you know what I mean? She was in her element. Do you know? Because we went everywhere together, and I took her out in the car, and I did everything. Do you know what I mean? Okay, but she'd call me out at all hours. You know what I mean? Like sometimes 8 o'clock at night, and I'd still have baby in arms. Do you see what I mean? And I'd get in my car, and she'd say, "I don't know how to change the channel, Carla." And I'd say, "My little beautiful," and I'd give her a hug and I'd give her a kiss on the head. I said, "You called me all the way out." I said, "Ask me to show you how to change the channel." And she'd say, "Yes." Okay, but in the end, she used to have, I wasn't annoyed anyway, it didn't matter, okay, but she used to have to put notes on her walls and everything, it's all laminated, so that she knew what was what, yeah. But then when she went into her home then she had a fall. My delicious little babies. But her beautiful dear daughter-in-law, she, when she spoke to me and she called me, and she said, I wish that we had kept this dear lady. They said, we wish that we had have kept her with you, Carla. She'd still be here now. Do you see what I mean? Okay? I will say no more. Okay? Because I already pulled them up at the home. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, big time. And I also wanted to know why at the same particular time, was it around 11 o'clock, why they all seemed to be sedated in their chairs. I also asked them that as well. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Anyway, so that's the end of my video, my little beautifuls, okay? But yeah, I'll never forget her. She'll be looking down. She'll be looking down now, actually. She'll probably say, oh, God. If she was here now, honestly, she would come on the video as well. She'd come on the video. You know, she'd be telling you all about, you know, when she was a business lady with a dear husband, you know, because they were a business couple, do you know what I mean, okay? Oh, bless. So lovely, though. I'd never change it for the world, but it's just when you're doing caring, just to end on this note, you know, if you have a heart and you care, do you understand what I mean? Yes? Then it does get to you. So if you lose somebody, okay, it's got nothing to do with ka-ching, not at all. If you lose somebody and you're really close to them, do you know what I mean? Yes, we like two different generations, there we are, but we knew how to gel. Do you know what I mean? Yes, we're on the same level in other ways. Do you see what I mean? Okay, and she loved me cooking. She loved going out in the car. She just loved everything. Do you see what I mean? And I was happy to do it. But when she passed, I was, you know, just really super duper sad about it. Do you understand what I mean? Because it could have been avoided, in my view. Anyway, my delicious little babies anyway. So wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies, okay? And sending peace, love, harmony and bright blessings to each and every one of you. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families all be fully protected, okay? And please take care of yourselves and please try to take care of others, okay? And so much love to our little beautifuls, okay? Anybody who we have lost in our lives, you know, so much love to each and every one of them, you know, because they can all see what's going on, okay? And please continue to lift that vibration, my little honey bunnies. How I love you so. Thank you once again for listening. I'm sorry about the dog and bone going. There's very little I can do about that now. I'll just send a message back to whoever it is now, okay? So you just take care now. You just look after yourself. So much love. Lights out. Over and out. Love ya. Goodbye.